On behalf of the Area Agency on Aging of Pasco Pinellas, I welcome you to Aging on the Suncoast. Many seniors face the challenge each month of stretching their income to pay all of their bills. On today's show, we will review several resources for financial assistance. During the first segment of the show, we will talk with Daryl Rosenthal, the Public Affairs Specialist with the Social Security Administration. Janet Mills, the Shine Area Coordinator, also joins us to discuss a new project initiated through the Medicare Improvements for Patients and Providers Act. Welcome to Aging on the Suncoast. Daryl, Social Security is the basic monthly income for most seniors, and it's important for us to have prompt and accurate access to Social Security information. On today's program, during this segment, we're going to be running the website for Social Security. Tell us what will one find there if they access this website?
Okay, well, first of all, thanks for having me, Marilyn. Our website has several functions. First of all, you can file for benefits on our website, and you can get the information you need to file. Also, people can create an online account called My Social Security. There's also publications available, and they can keep up with the latest Social Security news. While it's publicized, for instance, every year the cost of living increase, that was something they could have gotten on the website.
So if I was receiving Social Security and had Medicare and wanted to know what the new Part B charge for premium was going to be, I could have found that on the website?
That's something that would have been there, yes.
Okay. Is this something that people of all ages want to access? Is it only for the person who is already receiving Social Security, or if for someone who is younger and wanting to know what they might receive in the future?
Yeah, the website it's basically for everybody. It's a way to prepare for the time when you do have to file, because there's so much information on there. And for somebody who's already getting benefits, as we'll talk about in a minute, they can create a My Social Security account, and there's other information they might decide they want to look up, and that's why they can get into the publications.
Okay. I know something that I have checked, not frequently, but occasionally, is whether my earnings have been properly credited to Social Security. Can I do that through the website?
Okay. What people need to do is create what's called a My Social Security account. The My Social Security account is a free, secure account. It's a customer service tool. For those people that are not getting benefits yet, it lets them see how much they've earned over the years. And it also gives them an estimate anytime they want, because if you're under 60, we're only going to be sending out the estimates every 5 years.
Okay.
So that's a big benefit. But also for your question about checking your earnings, yes, they can do that anytime. And it really is beneficial to them, because you don't want to wait till the time you retire to verify your earnings with us, because if something happened 20 years ago, it could be too late to correct it. So it's good to keep an eye on that. And for those people that are already getting benefits, the My Social Security account, what that does is it lets them do customer service things such as do direct deposit changes. It lets them do changes of address. If somebody needs to have proof of their benefit, a verification, they can get that online. So let's say somebody is getting a new loan, they're refinancing a house, or they're getting some kind of public assistance or subsidized housing where they need to get proof of how much they're getting. They can do that right away, where they would have used to have had to go into the office or call us to initiate some kind of customer service thing. Now they just can do it for themselves. And also this year, they can also get a 1099 online. So let's say somebody didn't get it, or they misplaced the one that the government sends them out. They can just get online and have access to it right away. So if they were going to do their taxes in a few weeks, it's right there for them.
Excellent. So at your fingertips. And so many of our seniors now are internet knowledgeable, or they have family or friends who can help them get access to this information. You mentioned earlier that you can actually file an application online. Can you do that for all of the Social Security benefits, or are there some that work better?
Okay. The way it works, you can file for most benefits online. You can file for retirement online, spouse's benefits, also Medicare, disability, what's called extra help for prescription drugs with Medicare. You can do that online. The only things you can't do online, you can't file a survivor's claim online, and you cannot file for SSI, which stands for Supplemental Security Income. That's our public assistance. You can't do that online. But the basic retirement and disability, you can do it online. And for people that feel unsure about this, they feel like, I don't know, what if I make a mistake? We have people that review the online claims. So if it's a straightforward, simple case and we can tell, there's no need for us to call them, there's no questions, well, it just goes through. But if there's any doubts at all, we're going to call them. So we know when they retire that they need to pick the right month of election, and if it looks a little bit off to us, we're going to call them.
Excellent.
If they file for disability and they have to say when they became disabled, if that doesn't coincide with their recent work history, we're going to know to call them. So they don't have to be afraid to file online because somebody is going to review it, and we're going to give them a call. And also before they start, there's plenty of direction right on the website. It tells them what they need to do, and it explains the process to them.
So this sounds like something that any worker or a retired person of any age should get on and explore to see what is available. And the first step is, I hope our audience is writing down that website, and we'll start to look into it. So,
yeah, it's not difficult.
Right.
And even for those people that say, let's say you don't have a computer, but you at least want to try, the local libraries all have access to our website.
Good tips.
And they're not difficult to get to.
Good. Thank you for bringing this information to us. I think that's very useful information our audience and we can use. And we appreciate knowing about it.
Thank you so much.
Janet, now you are we've had you on before on the TV show, usually during the annual enrollment period, right before that when people are making their Medicare choices. But it's always good. Shine is available all year round. And Shine is serving health insurance needs of elders. But tell us what that program, what it can do for people in our community.
The Shine program can help more than just elders. First of all, I'd like to clarify that. That is the acronym name for the SHIP Shine program in our area. But it can help, caregivers can call, family members, friends with concerns, and you can reach us by calling the Area Agency on Aging at the 1-800-963-5337 number, and a Shine counselor will return your call.
And your role is to help Medicare beneficiaries, and it's a good point that you make. We're not talking only about those who are 65 and older, but many people receive Medicare because of disability, as well as their family, their caregivers.
Right.
Okay, and what type of help do you provide? What does Shine help with?
We help with issues, options, discussions. It's a free, unbiased counseling program. So we talk extensively about what the options are when you want to enroll into Medicare. Even if you already decided, it can be valuable to give a call to Shine, just to have a counselor go over what the options are. It's a very valuable service. We can help with applying for help through the LIS program. We also can go to the Social Security website and fill out that form with them, and then we could make a copy of the confirmation page and mail it to them. So that facilitates it, and it can be done even with somebody that is even not in the state of Florida that's trying to help somebody who is. So that's a good thing.
And let's talk more specifically about that. Now, the state of Florida has received funding under the MIPA Act, which is focused upon enrolling more people in the low-income subsidy, the Extra Help program, and the Medicare Savings Program, or we call it Medicaid buy-in. Tell us what low-income subsidy Extra Help is. What will it do for a person? Why would they be interested in enrolling?
Right. They would be interested because it can greatly help your drug costs. It can lower your drug premiums if you have premiums in the plan that you're in, and it can lower your copay costs. And it also, even if you only get partial help, you will never go into that gap or donut hole that you hear spoken of, where your copay rates go higher until you've reached this year the $4,700 cap rate for yourself. So it's a valuable program.
And there must be some income criteria for this.
There are.
To be
I'll just
eligible.
briefly give you the upper limits for a person if they're single. It's $471 gross income this year.
Okay.
That's an income level. There is also an asset level, which is $13,640, which excludes the home if you own it and live in it, one car, and your personal possessions.
Okay.
So
you don't have to be real low income. Many of the people who have retired on what was a good income and inflation has impacted that, they may actually be eligible for this program. And the important point is for them to call, and we will be running the telephone number of the Area Agency on Aging, the helpline there, and they will connect you, or they will have someone call you back from the SHINE program. And SHINE will actually review the financial situation and then help file the application.
yes, we've all been federally fingerprinted and are HIPAA compliant, so your information stays with us.
Okay, and then the other important program that you're assisting people with can be somewhat more complicated for people to file on their own, and SHINE is available to assist, which is the Medicare Savings Program, or often we call it the Medicaid Buy-In Program. What does that program help a person
That
with?
program can help to pay the Medicare Part B premium, which is $104.90 this year, so that can be a great savings. And depending on the level of Medicare savings that you qualify for, it could, at the top level, it can even pay your co-pays. That if you have original Medicare, that the other 20% that original Medicare doesn't cover.
Okay, so it's almost like having a supplement
Exactly.
to Medicare. And I understand if a person becomes eligible for either of these programs, then they have the opportunity to change what their Medicare Advantage plan is on a monthly basis. So that's really important for them to talk with a SHINE volunteer, so you can review with them to make sure that now that they have either low-income subsidy or Medicare Savings Program, that they have the right plan that meets their needs.
Yes, we can put their options after they get their letters of determination back from either the state of Florida for the MSP program or from Social Security for the LIS or Extra Help program. Then we can discuss what other opportunities this has opened up for them.
And many of the people who call into our office, if they're calling through the helpline will review with them other financial resources that are out there in the community. One that we get some questions about is filing for what used to be called food stamps, but which is now called SNAP. And I understand there's someone that comes into the St. Pete office monthly that can assist with that?
Yes, we are having a person who is with Feeding Tampa Bay, and she's coming in every Tuesday morning, the first Tuesday morning of each month. She will be in our office, and you can actually go there and they will fill out the application for them.
Thank you for sharing this information. I know it's just the tip of the iceberg, but the important thing is, like with Social Security, we're running the website. People can get additional information there. And on this, we will be running the telephone number for the helpline at the Area Agency on Aging. If anyone has any question about what we've said today, calling would be the first step to get the information that you need. Thank you both for sharing with us the information about your programs. And during the second segment, we'll be returning to talk about another financial assistance program that's available to elders in our area.
James is 70 and a writer whose joint pain has been a story in itself. His doctor prescribed a new medication that may not be affordable, even with James's Medicare Part D plan. James called SHINE. SHINE volunteer counselors can guide you to money-saving prescription assistance programs, including a program that helps pay Medicare Part D plan costs for limited-income seniors. SHINE costs nothing but could save you time and money. More information is available at 1-800-963-5337. Soon it will be time to make important decisions about your Medicare prescription drug coverage. The Florida Department of Elder Affairs SHINE program can provide free, unbiased guidance in selecting a Medicare Part D or Medicare Advantage plan. If you have questions or need help, SHINE can guide you through the enrollment period ending December 31st. More information is available about SHINE at 1-800-96-ELDER. That's 1-800-963-5337 or on the web at floridashine.org.
During the first segment, we learned about Social Security and financial assistance through the MIPA project. During this segment, our two guests will discuss how the Emergency Home Energy Assistance for the Elderly program assists seniors with a home energy crisis. Eleanor Brooks is the program director with the Pinellas Opportunity Council, and Jason Martino is the Area Agency on Aging's Director of Planning. Eleanor, please give us a summary of what the EHEAP program can do for someone.
The EHEAP program can assist elderly residents with energy crisis, and that's heating and cooling. It will actually help those people who have at least one person in that household who's 60 years of age or older, with up to about $600 for energy or cooling issues. So it's a great program. We've actually experienced a lot of elderly people who struggle with income. So this program kind of takes over and helps them to pay those bills.
Excellent. Now, we've mentioned energy crisis. What is an energy crisis for the purpose of the program?
It's usually when a bill is way too high or there's a repair problem with your heating or cooling system. And so those are the basics that they usually come to us for assistance with.
Okay. Now, so many people use electricity as their heating and cooling source. So it could be their power bill, even
oil,
okay,
and other kinds of repairs to their air conditioning or heating system. We also provide them with fans, heaters, as well as blankets.
Okay, and that's so important. We can go from the extremes in Pinellas and Pasco County. We can have the very cold weather as well as the very hot weather. So this assistance is available during both seasons.
Yes.
You mentioned that the household has to have a person over the age of 60 living there. What are the other criteria for eligibility?
They must have a past due bill. They've got to meet certain income guidelines as well. Have a need for if there's a repair or something that they can't take care of financially. And that's basically it.
Okay. And Pinellas Opportunity Council operates the program in Pinellas County, correct?
Yes.
And Jason, I assume there is a similar program in Pasco County?
Absolutely. We have Pasco County Human Services is the entity that administers the EE program over there as well. I wanted to chime in just a little bit on what Eleanor was talking about as well. Is many times some of our seniors move from home to home, and then what the power companies do is require them to put on a deposit. The EE program is also available to help them out with a deposit too.
Okay, so this is the purpose of the program is to make sure that our elders or homes that have elders in them have access to the heating and cooling that they need.
Correct.
For safety as well as for comfort. Where do people call for information with the programs located throughout both counties? Are there offices in multiple places in Pinellas?
Yes, we have two offices, one North County and one South County. The best place for them to call is actually our administrative office so that we can pair them closest to the office that's closest to their residents. So we have an office in Largo, which is at 8384 Bayou Boardwalk in the Largo area. We also have an office in South St. Pete, which is 1111 18th Avenue South, and it's all the way down south. But the best thing for them to do is call our administrative number at 727-823-4101, extension 110. And that will give them the office number to call the service office that's closest to them so that they can, transportation is an issue sometimes.
Right.
So we try to pair that resident to an office that's pretty close to where they live.
And generally they're going to come into the office eventually to make the application.
Yes, and they're calling those offices for an appointment to get the services. And once they're given that appointment, then it'll tell them which office they will be going into.
And we will be running during this segment the telephone numbers for both Pinellas as well as Pasco, and I assume there's multiple locations in Pasco also?
Yeah, there is. Good point. Very similar to how Pinellas Opportunity Council operates in Pasco County. As I said a little bit earlier, it's operated by Pasco County Human Services, and they have two major offices. One that is located in Port Richey, and then the other one is located in Dade City. On occasion, they have an office in the center of the county. It's in Land O'Lakes, and I think it may be open for one day. But primarily, most individuals can get all their benefits taken care of with either the east side office and or the west side office over there. And then also very similar to what Eleanor was talking about, it eases the process by making that phone call to the numbers I think that we're going to be running pretty soon. Because the worker that fields that phone call is going to ask a series of questions where they can inform that potential client of all the different things that they're going to need to bring in once that appointment is set.
And are there funds always available throughout the year for someone who is in crisis? If they meet the eligibility criteria, is there always money there, or is this a limited first come, first serve type program?
It's limited. There's not always funds available. Monthly, the staff receive an allotment of funds to work with clients. And so as you can imagine, those funds can run out during that month. But mainly by season, we have those dollars available to clients.
Okay, and discuss with me what the parameters are for a season. There's a heating season and a cooling season.
There is.
Yes.
Specific dates for that when you can start applying?
Yep.
Yes.
In the state of Florida, the way that the seasons go is April 1st all the way to September the 30th is what they call the cooling season. I know that's a little funny for Florida because we can be a cooling season the entire time. And then October 1st to March 31st is what they call the heating season. That's when the parameters are set that's when they think that person's going to be using either heat or cooling.
Okay, and so beginning April 1st, someone can start applying for the cooling season for assistance with their electric or whatever power source they have to provide cooling.
Yes.
And they can only get one benefit during that cooling season?
Yep.
Yes.
But the same household then can get another benefit during the heating season.
Absolutely.
So it's up to twice a year.
Yes.
Twice a year.
And the amount you mentioned, $600?
$600,
can be up to
$600.
that amount. So that can be a substantial impact for someone who is having trouble meeting their bills.
I think we've seen examples of bills going in well into the thousands. In that case, the e-heat providers can only provide assistance up to $600, and that consumer is going to have to work out a way where they can make up the difference for that.
Okay. And what documentation, if a person has an appointment, they're coming into the office, what should they be planning to bring with them, Eleanor? Can you just give us a
The first thing,
glimpse
they're
of
going
that?
to need to have a photo ID for the applicant, that person who is 60 years of age or older. They're going to need that past due bill. They're going to need income from everybody in that household who is over the age of 18. If there's some children or grandchildren in that house, they're going to need either birth certificates or something that shows that child's Social Security number. So we'll need Social Security numbers for everybody in that household. We're also going to be needing, they'll need a lease agreement. If they are leasing that dwelling, they're going to need that information. They're also going to need or mortgage. And that's basically it. I think they can use also an award letter for SNAP, for the food stamps. But all of those are necessary to actually apply for the service.
Okay, and earlier today we learned that if you need verification of your Social Security income, you can actually go to the website. You don't have to go into the office or even make a call. You can get that piece of documentation, which I would assume many of your applicants, that's their major source of income.
It is. It is.
Okay. I imagine this has benefited many people in Pinellas and Pasco County. And would your advice be that if someone's hearing this and they think that they might be eligible, they should call one of the offices to discuss? Someone will screen them to?
Call the main office, that 823-4101, extension 110. That's your fastest way to get an appointment.
Okay. And Eleanor, I know Pinellas Opportunity Council does so much good work in our community. You have some other financial assistance programs that may be a benefit to our seniors?
Yes, we actually provide emergency assistance as well to people who are under the age of 60 throughout the county. We have 6 offices countywide, and we provide assistance with rent, food, power bills, water bills. So this marriage was great to work with area aging, because for years, for some 40-something years, we've been providing emergency type assistance. We also have our what we call family self-sufficiency programs, and of course we have retired and senior volunteers, and our chore services unit that provides the heavy household cleaning for the elderly. So many, many services to this community. As I said, 40-something years we've been here. So.
Well, and again, the telephone number to call would be your administrative office.
Exactly.
To learn about those programs. Eleanor, thank you for joining us to share information about the Emergency Home Energy Assistance Program. It's such an important financial resource.
Thank you.
And Jason, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you as the new host of Aging on the Suncoast.
Thank you so much.
I have had the opportunity to retire, and as part of that, I will be leaving Aging on the Suncoast as the host. And you have such a good background that you bring to the show.
Well, let me tell you first, we're going to miss you tremendously. You've provided such a great asset for this community here. And just real quick about myself, if you don't mind, I've been with the Area Agency on Aging for approximately about 14 years, and I've worked in very senior-friendly, independent environments for 10 years prior to that, and I just really look forward to working with this show, and everything that you've done in Pinellas and Pasco County, I'm going to mirror it, because I just think that you demonstrated excellence when it comes to that.
Well, it's just been so enjoyable to do, having met some of the most interesting people in the aging field, and you have so many good connections within the Aging Network that I'm sure that our audiences can look forward to some very informative shows in the future, which is good. The Area Agency on Aging has produced Aging on the Suncoast for over 26 years, and it has been a privilege to me to host the program since 1997, but also a responsibility to bring to our audience information that's both informative and interesting. Certainly I have been inspired by many of our guests, like you today, Eleanor, and our guests earlier today, who have been working to make sure that our seniors here have quality and independent lives in our community. As I leave the show, though, there's some people that I especially want to thank. Wayne Kosfeld has been a faithful volunteer for over 10 years. He handles the audio for the show each month, and he too is leaving Aging on the Suncoast to pursue other volunteer activities. But Tim Klosterman, also the director of Pinellas County Communications, and Tony Smith, our program director, and the staff of PCC TV, who make each show both professional and also possible each month. And to Ed Com and Doug Tobin, who are with Pasco County Government Access, they bring this show to our Pasco viewers. So as I say goodbye, I invite you to tune in next month as Jason Martino brings us our next segment of Aging on the Suncoast. Thank you for being such a great audience.
Sarah is 64 and loves to garden, but recently her health insurance ran out, leaving her worried about more than just weeds. With pre-existing health conditions, Sarah's chances of finding good coverage were low. So she called the Elder Helpline and spoke with a SHINE volunteer counselor. The Department of Elder Affairs SHINE program provides free, unbiased counseling on health insurance for those on Medicare. More information is available about SHINE or how you can volunteer at 1-800-963-5337.